Have you ever felt like there's a vivid fire burning inside of you, yearning to break free and illuminate your life? That, my friend, is your vibrant life waiting to bloom. Welcome to the Vibrant Life Podcast. We are here to empower women just like you to liberate that vibrant life, to live authentically, and to harness the power within.
Our journey will take us through the enlightening realms of energy healing, goal setting, spiritual awakening, and so much more. We're stepping into the light of self-acceptance, of owning our power and potential.
If you have been yearning to dive headfirst into the world of entrepreneurship, or awaken your spirituality, or simply make peace with yourself, your search ends here at the Vibrant Life Podcast. As we embark on this enlightening journey together, we promise to hold your hand through every step of your journey to a more vibrant life.
Your adventure to true empowerment and authentic living begins here. Tap into the vibrant life you've always dreamed of. Subscribe now and join us at the Vibrant Life Podcast. Embrace your vibrant self. Until then, shine on.
Shine on.
Welcome to the Vibrant Life Podcast.
Yay!
Last time we talked about survival mode, and I feel like we have stepped out of survival mode and are heading back to thriving.
Yes, we were both deep in survival mode, talking about how to get out of survival mode, which is interesting. I feel like that happens a lot when we plan out. Like, we do series of podcasts, so we kind of have like a flow, like where we want to go and how we want, and it's like, strategic and thought out. And it's like, okay, you're going to need this step, and then our listeners are going to need this step. And so often we happen to be in whatever we're talking about, even though we planned it months ago.
Which maybe we should be planning better things then. Like, let's talk about how to
Right.
be millionaires
Let's
on
talk
next week's podcast. Let's go.
I love that. Yes.
Because maybe we are creating, are we creating this for ourselves? The direction that we're heading with the podcast as we're outlining them?
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Maybe we need to do more, but we want to.
We want to give you the right steps.
We want to give you the right steps so that you're ready for the information when we give it.
That's true. Okay. Well, we'll
So-
see. But it is funny how, as teachers, we frequently find that the information we're giving is also information we need to hear. So as our intuition deepens and grows, we're getting more connected to information on the other side. And then I think that helps us
Yes.
as we go.
Yeah. So for an example, several years ago, I did a course called Life Redesigned, and we decided we're going to do a refresh and then put it into the VIP section of Vibrant Life. And I want to do it as a live class. So have a group of people going through it at the same time to support each other and all the things that are Vibrant Life, right? But this week I was re-recording the lessons on like keeping your house clean and like my minimal consistent effort. Meanwhile, my house is a freaking disaster. But I implemented it last night.
I was going to say, you've cleaned quite a bit.
Yeah. Well, and so last night I was like, okay, so I just taught today on my MCE method for cleaning and to make it not overwhelming. And then I was like, okay, Jen, tonight we're going to do this thing that I used to do that we're going to start again. And it was really easy. It took me like half an hour.
I need to do that. I'm going to get it tonight. Okay, I'm also going to pull cards. So we've decided we will begin our Vibrant Life hangs just like Cassie and I do when we get together. Feeling very called to use the Divine Feminine cards today. We are stuck in a patriarchy, and the matriarchy needs to rise again. So I feel like connecting to Divine Feminine energy, we've been called to do that for the last couple of years. So that just felt, I don't know, like a good move today. Whoa!
I was going to say, there's like nothing
I
coming
was
out.
like, nothing was coming out, and then here we go.
Those cards
Okay.
are thick.
They are thick. So the first one I pulled is wholeness. If you're driving, don't stop and look at this. I've got wholeness,
Good safety tip.
visions, and
Oh, gosh.
embodiment. Ooh, and wellspring. There's a lot happening in the universe right now. When you see this is going to be multiple weeks past, but right now there's a new moon in Pisces, which is all about tapping into your intuition. Today is February 28th, the day that we're recording, and there are 7 planets in alignment. And a lot of spiritual people are talking about the 7 planets being like your 7 chakras. And this is a really great time for the Great Awakening. So more people who've ever been awoken before are supposed to be coming into alignment. The Schumann resonance, which shows the Earth's heartbeat for 12 hours starting like a couple days ago, was almost like 8.5. Usually the Schumann resonance is like 7.4 or 3 or something like that. It was almost a whole point higher than normal, and the energy that was just coming from the Earth was just very, very, very high. So for me, this feels like stepping into your wholeness, realizing that you're a spirit having a human experience, realizing that you're divine, that you are a creator. You're here to create your own life. Tapping into the visions. You are able to see all the truth you ever want to seek in your life can be found in the quiet and within. And society has taught us that we have to look outside of ourselves to find answers. And so this is really telling me that you have all the answers. You just need to stop and take a listen. Fully embodying who you are, being your authentic self. This is what we're talking about with Vibrant Life Society, is be true to who you are, live that truth. It takes a lot of time to uncover that, figure out what that even is, but embody yourself, all your weird quirks. Nobody else is like you. We're not meant to be like each other. We're supposed to be individuals. So embody yourself. And then this Wellspring card, I need more information. So I'm going to read that one. That one's calling to me as being, and I opened right to it. So fabulous. I tune in to the infinite wellspring of the divine within. My energy is abundant and flowing. Pouring up and out from the infinite source, sacred cup runneth over, outpouring, overflowing, giving, receiving, water and sky, motion and emotion within and without. Through all the layers of being, rippling out and beyond. A wellspring is an original source, a bountiful and unending supply. Universal energies flow with infinite abundance. Joy, pleasure, compassion, beauty, ease, and the source of energy are what we experience. All flow from an inexhaustible stream. Those energies never die nor cease to exist. It is just a matter of being tuned into them or being tuned in elsewhere. Okay, so this is telling me, without reading this whole thing to you, that we are connected to source, and there's always an infinite amount of energy and joy and love and abundance, and we just have to tap into it, and it is just forever flowing.
Yeah.
I love that.
I feel like that can relate to our message today, which is overcoming mom guilt.
Yeah.
Because in order to take care of yourself, you have to step away. And so tapping into that infinite source is a source of self-care, which is how you overcome mom guilt.
Yeah. Rolls us right into mom
Rolls
guilt.
us right
As
in.
always, if you're new to divination, I've said this before, that the message always is perfect.
Yeah.
And in the right time. I feel like that.
Nice.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love that. Okay. So as we talked about, today we're talking about mom guilt.
Yeah.
And all the, where it comes from, how to get over it, why we even have to deal with it.
So my sister sent me this thing on Instagram. It was Dr. Becky, if you're familiar with her, and I can't give you any more information than that, but she talks about guilt being when you're actually living out of alignment. So let's say you're doing something and you get mad or frustrated at somebody, and then later on you feel guilty for those feelings that you had because yelling at somebody or getting annoyed with them is out of alignment with your core beliefs on what you should be doing. She also explains, when people call it mom guilt, I feel guilty because I had to set a boundary with my mom. She wanted to see the kids and I didn't want to see my mom. I wanted to have the kids to myself. We wanted to do a family thing. So she says what we're calling guilt is actually us taking on other people's feelings of what we should be doing and metabolizing those feelings for them. So you feel guilty that you didn't go out with your friends because you needed some alone time. That, again, you're taking on their emotions versus your own, because what are you doing? You're getting the time you needed. Right. So there shouldn't be any harsh feelings. Those feelings that you're taking don't belong to you. And so I think when we talk about mom guilt, it's taking on other people's feelings and living out of alignment with what is true to yourself.
Right. So when we talk about neglecting yourself due to mom guilt, we're projecting society's expectations that we sacrifice ourselves on the altar of motherhood, but then also our children's perceived needs. They might not actually be upset that we go take 10 minutes to ourselves, or our husband might not be upset that you go to dinner with your friends, but we're projecting that on them and we're taking those emotions before they even get a chance to process them.
Yes.
We're not giving them the opportunity to grow.
Yes.
We are taking away the opportunity to grow.
Mm-hmm. She's like, where are we going with this? Light bulb.
We are taking away the opportunity to grow. So when you're neglecting them, when you give into the mom guilt and you make yourself small through mom guilt, you're really neglecting their ability to grow in who they are, to process the full scope of human emotions. And you're neglecting yourself at the same time. And then everyone loses.
I was going to say,
everyone loses in mom guilt.
That's a lose-lose situation.
Yeah.
So everything that we talk about at Vibrant Life is about living your highest alignment, getting in alignment with yourself. It's not about life being picture perfect, but it's about creating the life that you want to live. So what you do is you let go of all those bad things. You let go of the things that hold you back, and you touch in with yourself. Like, what do I need in this moment right now? It's about being present and aware of what's happening around you. And at this point, now when I come to a weekend and I'm looking at my kids and I'm like, what should we do today? And I think about what feelings I want to experience. We want to have joy and fun and adventure.
Yeah.
And so instead of sitting in front of the TV because we're exhausted, we go outside and we go for a hike. Like last weekend, we went up to Saylorville and none of the trails were plowed. And we just, in our tennis shoes, stomped through the woods. We all had soaking wet feet by the time we were done, but we had so much fun. And we got to the end of the weekend and the kids were like, this was the best weekend ever. And I was like, you know what? It really was. We just, on the spur of the moment, decided to do a little of this or a little of that. And we played a lot of games and had a lot of laughter and got into nature. And it was just amazing. And I would not have had the capacity to do that 10 years ago. I would never have been able to plan anything like this. And that's just it. It's the spontaneity of checking in with yourself in the here and now and seeing what you want to do.
Seeing what you need. I mean, that goes back even to our GLOW method of checking in and seeing, what do I need today? What do I need in this moment? How can I take care of myself in this moment? And then how can I take care of
everyone
my
else.
Community?
Yes. And when you're taken care of, then you've got so much more to give.
Right. Because when I was organizing my life, trying to be this picture perfect thing, everything is planned. Everything is in the moment. And so there isn't room for spontaneity, and there isn't the time to be present and to just appreciate the moments. And and I think that's so powerful. So stepping out of mom guilt is recognizing that, first of all, it's not yours to carry.
It's not yours to carry.
It's not yours to carry.
Yeah.
And I think the kind of core motivator, we're feeling guilty because we're taking on those other emotions for other people to process. By doing that, we're neglecting them and ourselves, and we're depriving them of a thriving female example, because both boys and girls need examples of thriving women, a woman who is in her power, who is fully embodied, who knows who she is. We don't want to give this example of your mom is here to just serve you. Boys need to grow up knowing that their wives are more than moms, and that shouldn't be what they expected. And girls need that same example.
Yeah. I keep hearing empowered women, women. And so when you're empowering your kids to be leaders and to be their authentic selves, then it's going to bring about a big change for the next generation. Right. I know we say generational changes every little bit. We grow bigger and stronger. And I don't know, I just feel like that divine feminine power is on the rise. And so I think it's very important for us to embrace our femininity and to be strong and powerful and not just be. Don't just be.
Don't just be. But to get out of the mom guilt, I feel like we need to be in the present. That goes back to the example that you gave of like being fully present in whatever moment you're in and soaking in all the joy and the entire experience. Because the other thing that mom guilt does is it deprives you of the joy that you can find in the moment. If you are experiencing mom guilt when you're out with your friends, you're not soaking in that joy of that moment. It's depriving you of the joy and the community of being with your friends
And you're missing
because you're
out.
stuck in your head and you're missing out.
Yeah.
And if you're at home and you're having guilt because you're, you want to go do whatever, or you're just not providing the life. Like, I think going back, there are different kinds of mom guilt too. And when we're like, oh, I'm not providing the life that is Pinterest perfect, we're missing out on the joy of what is being present with our own kids too.
Mm-hmm. I think that's it. But how do we've talked before about how to get you out of that. And so check in with us at Vibrant Life. We've got our free platform where you can get on the community chats.
Yeah.
And Cassie puts all these great examples out daily where you're getting tips and tricks on how to live your most authentic and aligned life.
Yes.
So you can get those. You can also get our glow up method there, and then just some community support, because some days you might wake up and you're like, where do I even start? I need a sounding board for that. Let us be that for you.
Yeah. And the thing is, if you're listening to this and you're like, oh, I am experiencing mom guilt, or that is a struggle that I have, like, there's a reason it's called mom guilt. We're not the only one.
You're not the only one. We
all experienced it at some point.
Definitely.
And
I don't think there's a single
still,
mother out there that hasn't had to work through something.
Yeah.
And if you see that mom that you think, oh, she's so perfect, I'm going to bet that there's something deep going on inside, because there's no such thing as the perfect mom,
Right.
but that mom is going to show you her flaws. Oh man, this happened today, and here we're going to move past it, and we're going to laugh about it in a couple of hours. But right now, I just want to cry.
Can I also talk about the flip side of mom guilt? It keeps you playing small because you have the hot mess mom nonsense.
Yeah.
And that is also motivated by guilt. And while I think it started out as like, oh, we're not perfect, it's gone in a completely other direction to the point where we are, I think, shaming women that do look like they have it all together.
Yeah.
That mom is probably really lonely.
Yeah.
Because in our culture, you have to be smaller, right?
Yeah.
I struggled with that too. Like when I was in a lot of my single mom groups, I would only share the parts that were falling apart because I had women in those groups be like, oh, well, you have it all figured out, or you just think you're better than us. And I'm like, no, like I am putting in effort every day to do this.
And this is where I'm hearing that empowered women, embracing everybody for who they are. Like,
and where they are.
And where they're at. The mom that's struggling with the toddler throwing a tantrum in the store, just stopping and looking at her and saying, I see you, Mom. You're doing a great job. Just supporting everyone. Or that mom that does have it all together.
It's like,
this is amazing. Good for you.
Right. And so what we want at Vibrant Life is we want to be with you in the mess, but then also celebrate when the areas that aren't messy. Like don't hide those, especially out of guilt and out of whatever perceived shame. Because again, you're taking on the emotions of someone else. They're projecting onto you. So anyway, that was a tangent, but I needed to get on that soapbox because it drives me nuts.
I think that's okay. I think that is an okay tangent to be on. So, all right, what are we talking about next?
Next week, we're talking about goals.
Time for Cassie to geek out.
Project manager.
All right, awesome.
Okay.
Find us on Vibrant Life. Find us on our socials. Click, 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 click. All the buttons. Share with your friends.
Make sure you join the free community. Make sure you're using the resources. Make sure you're following us. Share it with a friend. Every mom has experienced mom guilt, so send it to one of your mom friends.
And we're going to be starting Life Redesigned in April. I think we sent one thing out thinking we were going to make March, and then Cassie made it big. It's really big, and it's really great, and it's beautiful. So join us.
End of March, April. We'll have socials out around it. So,
stay tuned.
But it's going to be really good. It's a 5-week class or course. It's really 4.5 weeks, but we go through and intentionally redesign the big areas of your life. So we start with mindset shifts, which is the foundation of making changes in your life. And then we go into examining relationships and intentionally redesigning those. And then we go into redesigning how you're spending your time and taking ownership of that. And then redesigning your space. So that's what we were talking about, or that's the videos I was recording earlier. I give you my super lazy girl methods for keeping things clean and consistent.
Perfect.
Because you guys know, I hate cleaning, I hate cooking. So I am all about making that as easy as humanly possible.
It should be.
So,
All right. We'll see you next time.
okay, see ya.
Exciting news! The Vibrant Life Society is now open, and we'd love for you to join our incredible community of empowered women. Sign up through the link in the show notes to start creating your most vibrant, joy-filled life today. And thank you for tuning in to our Vibrant Life podcast. We hope today's episode has energized and inspired you to live your best life. If you enjoyed what you heard, be sure to subscribe on your favorite platform so you never miss an episode. And please take a moment to leave us a review. Your feedback fuels our mission to bring you more valuable content. Stay connected with us on social media at Vibrant Life Society for daily tips, motivation, and community support. As we wrap up today's conversation, we encourage you to embrace each moment, pursue your passions, and prioritize your well-being. Together, let's create a life that radiates with energy and purpose. Until next time, live vibrantly. See you in our next episode.